Hey guys, LuckyHD here, and weather, a very hot topic as of recently. In the midst of the weather war that we're in, of people saying vote for fog, or vote for heatwave, or the unruly few who are trying to still vote for thunderstorm, I think it's time to step away from all of that and look at what Loomians we could possibly be getting to each of these, considering the fact that we know that all of these updates are eventually going to be coming inside of Loomian Legacy, whether that be obviously heatwave or fog coming first, or whatever comes down the line. And of course, with all good weathers in Loomian Legacy, and by all good weathers I mean like 2, 3 if you count Cosmere, they all have an exclusive Loomian that pertains to the weather. A Loomian that you can only find inside of that weather and nowhere else. So what if each of these 3 options had their own sets of Loomians? So kicking things off, let's start with the underrated weather, and that is Thunder, unfortunately receiving the lesser half of the vote, considering that the war is going on between Fog and Heatwave. Thunder, in my opinion, is still a great option. However, what types of Loomians could we be seeing with this? Well, obviously, considering that it is Thunder, we would most likely be seeing some new Electric-type Loomians. One of these concepts could be this right here, coming in from Hondel. Based off of a Finch, this is a 3-stage Loomian concept that is an electric and air type. And honestly, I think this looks really cool. Loomian Legacy definitely needs some more birds inside of the game, you know, at least some more things that actually fly. And obviously with this being a weather, you know, this is a 3-stage evolutionary line, so I think that this could fit really, really well. Flying in next is another set of bird submissions coming from Surprise Cockatiel right here. This is a 3-stage line, and while they don't give too much information about it, I would like to assume that this again would also be either a pure electric or an electric and air type. Definitely a pretty cool line, and I really do like this line. The final one of the electric bird-based bunch, we have this right here, Rodelet. Now, Rodelet is based off of copper rods, black herons, Rodan, weather vane roosters, and says it would probably fly around waiting to get struck by lightning to get an insane power burst. And I think this is really, really cool. I do think, however, it would be kind of cool to have it as an electric metal type instead of an electric air type, obviously due to the fact that it is made of copper. Copper's a metal, right? Yeah. Anyways, I think it'd be really cool to have that as the typing, and overall a really, really awesome concept. Straying away from the bird concepts, let's look at this concept right here from Nebula that actually shows what seems to be a skeleton kind of electric rabbit Loomian. I honestly think this is really cool. The name of it is Elebit and Zabunny. Now comes the fog. What type of Loomians could we see inside of a fog weather? Well, it is most likely going to be a spirit-type Loomian, considering that air is obviously already taken by the gusting winds. And of course, all of these designs come from replies to my original tweet that I put out asking Loomian Legacy artists to submit what they think some new concepts will be for the weathers. And I had a lot of fog submissions, so I'm gonna try to get as many as I can in. Starting off, we have this whale submission from Kokomi. They said, I made a dolphin/whale line because it is mostly based off of a Japanese myth called the Bake Kujira. And this is a really, really good line. As you can see, it starts off as this little porpoise, obviously a pure air type, but only then gains the spirit type as it evolves into its second stage right here. And then finally the third stage, kind of this, you know, sky whale, but instead of a sky whale, would more kind of just be a fog whale. I think it is a really cool concept because, you know, sky whales usually in the sky, but a fog whale would be more closer to the ground. So it would kind of be like the opposite of that. I think having the spirit type actually gain through its evolution is a pretty cool concept, considering that I know I did say that a spirit type Loomian is most likely for fog. However, I do think that this idea still works. Next up is a really cool concept. I love this line. This first stage is Niblam, and it is a pure spirit type. As you can see, it is a small little sheep with a little light bulb on the back of its tail. However, it evolves into Niblui, and next it goes into a spirit and light type. Obviously, you know, has a little lantern on its back now instead of having just a light bulb. And then finally, its final evolution, Rambrumer, has a full lamppost with, you know, some little like cloudy things coming off of it. And overall, its design is pretty cool. I love the spirit and light typing. That is definitely something that I don't think we have seen inside of Loomian Legacy yet, and again, to have it on a Loomian like this would be awesome. And creeping in right here, we have another 3-stage line that is kind of based off of like a humanoid snake type of thing. Honestly, a really cool line. Obviously, it starts out set as this little baby evolution right here, then going into the second one, and finally the third one. I think this is really, really nice. The typing for this is also pretty unique, with being a spirit and toxic type. Definitely a pretty unique typing. Next up, from the Harvest Sect designer themselves, we have man-made zombies, and this is their concept for a new Fog Loomian. This is kind of like a falcon-y type of thing. It definitely looks like a legendary in my opinion, and while it is a single stage, and usually weathers are a 3-stage, I'll give it a pass since it looks so cool. Obviously, we have the massive wings off to the side right here, and its legs are tucked in to show the giant tail feathers, or I guess like little tassel things that are coming off of it, that actually slowly fade, obviously due to it being a fog-based Loomian. Overall, I think this Loomian would work really well, though it might actually have to have 2 prior stages, considering that is how the formula for most weather Loomians are. We also have another concept right here from the same person that is kind of like a Hydra worm type thing. I don't know exactly, but hey, all I see is a really cool design, and with the entire fog coming off the ground, this would definitely make for some really cool visuals inside of the game. Capping off the fog weather right here, we have this submission that is actually pretty cool, because we don't really have any alien Loomians inside of the game yet. Obviously, we have Cosmere, but Cosmere is Cosmere, I guess. You know, when it gets into its uncracked form, yeah, it kind of looks like an alien, but this right here is really awesome because it looks a lot like, you know, a flying saucer. And while I don't know if this fits too much into the entire fog category, I definitely think this is a really cool standalone Loomian. Now for Heatwave, what type of Loomians could we even see inside of a Heatwave? Well, we are most likely going to either see a fire type Loomian or a new light type Loomian, or hey, even a mixture of both would be really nice. However, what could some of these Loomians actually look like? The first submission we have right here comes from Tom, and Tom sent in this right here, which is named Chimera and Rahelios, and I think this is a super sick line. Obviously, it is a fire and light type for both of the evolutions, and again, it is a 2-stage line, and usually weathers are 3-stage. However, I think Loomian Legacy could definitely change up the formula, and it actually has 2 dex entries right here. The spots on Chimera's body can emit heat so hot they can burn right through the Earth's crust at high speeds, creating craters bigger than the largest of mountains. And the second one, obviously for its evolution, says Rahelios is praised and feared by ancient Roria due to the fact that it can cause firestorms so large it covers most of a country. But this only happened once long ago in a time in history and never happened again. And I think this is really cool. I don't know if this is intended or not, but I'm pretty sure there was like some bit of lore inside of Loomian Legacy that actually talks about some, you know, ancient fire god or whatever that wreaked havoc across Roria. Again, if that could fit into this, and if that's what the concept is based off of, that would be amazing. Next up, another submission from Nebula right here. This is a single stage Loomian, and is kind of like a firework, little lightning bug thing, I assume. It says shooting down here, and has like a little fire thing coming off of it, and obviously another one at the top right here. So again, a pretty cool Loomian. I would assume that this would either be fire light or fire bug, light bug, one of the two. Compared to the thunderstorms and the fogs, obviously there was not a lot of Heatwave submissions, so you know, it kind of ends there. However, I would like to hear your guys' thoughts about this down in the comments below. Which one of these sets of Loomians would you actually like to see come inside of the game? Or if you have your own concept for, you know, one of these types of weathers, again, go down in the comments below and let me know down there. Go create your own Loomian concepts, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.